Selena Marie Gomez was born on July 22, 1992, in Grand Prairie, Texas, a small city nestled between Dallas and Fort Worth. The town was a typical slice of suburban America, with strip malls, family-owned restaurants, and quiet neighborhoods where kids rode bikes and played in backyards. Selena's arrival into the world was a joyful moment for her young parents. Ricardo Joel Gomez and Amanda Dawn, Mandy, Cornett, later Tiffy. They were just teenagers. Ricardo was 17, and Mandy was 16, when Selena was born. Full of dreams but facing the challenges of young parenthood, they named their daughter after Selena Quintanilla Perez, the iconic Tejano singer whose music filled their home and whose vibrant spirit resonated with the Mexican-American community. The name was a fitting choice, as Selena would later carry a similar spark of charisma and talent. Selena's heritage was a blend of cultures that shaped her identity from the start. Her father, Ricardo, was of Mexican descent, with roots tracing back to generations of Mexican-American families in Texas. Her mother, Mandy, who was adopted, had Italian ancestry and grew up in a family that embraced a mix of American and European traditions. Selena often described herself proudly as a third-generation Mexican-American, cherishing the cultural traditions that came with her background. Family gatherings were filled with the smells of homemade tacos, tamales, and barbecue, with music playing, sometimes Selena Quintanilla's hits, other times classic rock or pop. Sundays often meant church, where Selena sang in the choir and felt a sense of community that stayed with her throughout her life. Life wasn't always easy for the Gomez family. When Selena was 5 years old, her parents separated, and she stayed with her mom in Grand Prairie. Mandy, a former actress with a passion for theater, worked multiple jobs to make ends meet, from waitressing to office work. Despite the financial struggles, Mandy was determined to give Selena a happy childhood. They lived in a modest home, and Selena remembers her mom making small moments special, like turning movie nights into adventures with blankets and popcorn or encouraging her to dream big. Mandy's love for performing rubbed off on Selena, who was a curious and imaginative child. She loved dressing up, putting on mini plays for her family, and singing along to the radio. Her grandparents, who lived nearby, were also a big part of her life, offering love and stability. Selena often spent afternoons at their house, helping her grandma cook or listening to her grandpa's stories about growing up in Texas. By age 7, Selena's passion for performing was clear. She wasn't content just playing pretend in the living room, she wanted to be on a real stage. Mandy, who had acted in local theater productions, took Selena to her rehearsals at a community theater in Dallas. Selena was fascinated by the bright lights, the costumes, and the way actors brought stories to life. One day, while watching her mom rehearse, Selena told her, "I want to do that." Mandy, recognizing her daughter's spark, encouraged her to try out for roles. For Selena's 7th birthday, instead of a party with cake and balloons, she asked to audition for a TV show. That's when Mandy heard about an open casting call for Barney and Friends, the popular children's show filmed in Texas. Selena was thrilled at the chance to perform alongside the big purple dinosaur she'd watched on TV. The audition process wasn't easy. Hundreds of kids showed up, and Selena, with her big brown eyes and shy smile, had to stand out. She prepared a short song and a monologue, practicing in front of her mom and grandparents until she felt ready. Her natural charm and confidence won over the casting directors, and in 2002, at age 9, Selena landed the role of Gianna on Barney and Friends. The show, which taught kids about friendship and kindness through songs and stories, was a perfect fit for Selena's warm personality. She appeared in 14 episodes over 2 seasons, from 2002 to 2004, and became friends with another young actress on the show, Demi Lovato. The two bonded over their shared love of performing and their Texas roots, forming a friendship that would last for years, even through ups and downs. Working on Barney and Friends was Selena's first taste of show business, and she loved every minute. She enjoyed learning her lines, singing songs like "I Love You," and being part of a team that made kids smile. The set was like a playground, with colorful props and a friendly crew, but it also taught her discipline. She had to memorize scripts, hit her marks, and work long hours while keeping up with school. Mandy, who drove her to the set and stayed by her side, made sure Selena stayed grounded. After filming, they'd head home to Grand Prairie, where Selena was just a regular kid, playing with her cousins, riding her bike, or helping her mom with chores. Selena's time on Barney opened her eyes to a bigger world. She started dreaming of Hollywood, where she could act in movies and maybe even sing. In 2004, when Selena was 12, her mom heard about a nationwide talent search by Disney Channel, looking for fresh faces for their shows. Mandy saw it as a chance for Selena to chase her dreams. They drove to a casting call in Austin, Texas, where Selena performed a scene and sang a song. Her natural talent and infectious energy caught the attention of Disney executives. They invited her to Los Angeles for more auditions. A huge step for a girl from a small town. Mandy and Selena packed their bags, nervous but excited, and flew to California. It was Selena's first time in LA, and the city's bright lights and bustling energy felt like a dream. In Los Angeles, Selena auditioned for several projects. Disney saw something special in her, a mix of relatability and star quality. She landed small roles, including a guest spot as Gwen in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody in 2006 and a part as pop star Michaela in Hannah Montana in 2007. Alongside Miley Cyrus, these roles were stepping stones, giving Selena experience on bigger sets and a taste of Disney's world. She also started taking acting classes to hone her skills, working on everything from comedy to drama. Her mom, who had moved with her to LA, managed her career and kept her focused, making sure Selena stayed true to herself amid the pressures of Hollywood. The big break came in 2007 when Disney cast Selena as Alex Russo in Wizards of Waverly Place. The show, about a family of wizards living in New York City, was built around Selena's character, a mischievous, quick-witted teen learning to balance magic with everyday life. At 15, Selena became the star of her own series. A huge responsibility but also a dream come true. Filming began in Los Angeles, and the show premiered on October 12, 2007. To millions of viewers, fans loved Alex's sarcastic humor and Selena's natural charm, and the show became one of Disney's biggest hits, running for 4 seasons until 2012 and winning 2 Emmy Awards for Outstanding Children's Program. Playing Alex Russo changed Selena's life. She became a role model for kids and teens, who saw themselves in Alex's struggles with school, family, and growing up. Selena also sang the show's theme song, "Everything Is Not What It Seems," her first step into music. Disney recognized her musical talent and signed her to Hollywood Records in 2008. She formed a band, Selena Gomez and the Scene, named after her love for the music scene and her desire to create a fun, pop rock sound. That same year, she voiced characters in animated films like Horton Hears a Who, and starred in the TV movie Another Cinderella Story, showing she could handle both acting and singing. During these busy years, Selena balanced her career with education. She was homeschooled, with tutors helping her keep up with math, science, and English while she filmed long days on set. In 2010, at age 17, she earned her high school diploma, a moment of pride for her and her mom. Selena stayed close to her family, often flying back to Texas to visit her dad, grandparents, and cousins. She also leaned on her faith, attending church when she could and finding comfort in prayer. Her Mexican-American heritage remained a big part of her identity. She loved speaking Spanish with her dad's family and celebrating traditions like Dia de los Muertos. Selena's early life wasn't just about becoming a star, it was about discovering who she was. She faced challenges, like moving away from her small-town life and dealing with the pressures of fame at a young age. But her family's support, especially her mom's guidance, kept her grounded. She also started giving back early, becoming a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador in 2008 at age 16. One of the youngest ever. Her first trip with UNICEF to Ghana in 2009 opened her eyes to global issues, and she began speaking out about children's rights, a cause she'd carry with her for years. By the end of this period, Selena was no longer just a kid from Grand Prairie with big dreams. She was a rising star, loved by millions, with a bright future in acting and music. Her early years were a mix of hard work, family love, and a passion for performing that would carry her far. As she stood on the cusp of global fame, Selena carried with her the lessons of her Texas roots: stay humble, work hard, and never forget where you came from. as Wizards of Waverly Place turned Selena Gomez into a Disney Channel sensation. Her career exploded into new territory between 2008 and 2013. At just 15, she was already a household name, with millions of fans tuning in to watch her play the witty Alex Russo. But Selena wasn't content to stay in one lane. She dove headfirst into music, took on bigger acting roles, and began navigating the challenges of fame as a teenager. This period was about proving she could do more than Disney, building a foundation as a pop star and actress, and learning to balance her dreams with the pressures of a very public life. Selena always loved music. Growing up in Grand Prairie, Texas, she sang in her church choir and belted out tunes by her idol, Selena Quintanilla, in her bedroom. Her role in Wizards of Waverly Place gave her a taste of the music world when she recorded the show's theme song, Everything Is Not What It Seems, in 2007. Disney saw her potential and signed her to Hollywood Records in 2008. When she was 16, excited but nervous, Selena formed a band called Selena Gomez and the Scene, named after her love for the music scene and her desire to create a fun, collaborative sound. The band included Ethan Roberts on guitar, Joey Clement on bass, Greg Garman on drums, and Dane Forrest on keyboards, and they quickly became like family to Selena. In September 2009, Selena Gomez and the Scene released their debut album, Kiss and Tell. The album was a mix of pop rock and dance pop, with catchy songs like Naturally and Falling Down. Selena worked with top producers to craft a sound that felt young and fresh, perfect for her teen fans. She poured her heart into the lyrics, drawing from her experiences as a teenager figuring out love and life. Naturally became a breakout hit, peaking at number 29 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earning platinum certification. The album itself sold over 66,000 copies in its first week and reached number 9 on the Billboard 200. Fans loved Selena's upbeat energy and relatable vibe, and the album went gold, selling over 500,000 copies. The success of Kiss and Tell was thrilling, but it wasn't easy. Selena was still filming Wizards full-time, which meant long days on set followed by late nights in the recording studio. She'd often go straight from memorizing lines to rehearsing songs, juggling schoolwork in between. Her mom, Mandy, was by her side, helping her stay organized and encouraging her to keep going. Selena also leaned on her bandmates, who made recording sessions fun with their jokes and support. In 2010, the band released their second album, A Year Without Rain. This album was a step forward, with a more polished sound and songs like the title track and Round and Round. It debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 and also went gold, showing Selena's growing popularity as a musician. By 2011, Selena Gomez and the Scene were ready to take things up a notch. Their third album, When the Sun Goes Down, came out in June and featured hits like Who Says and Love You Like a Love Song. Who Says was especially important to Selena. The song, with its message of self-love and confidence, became an anthem for her fans, peaking at number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100. Selena has said the song was inspired by her own struggles with self-esteem, especially as she faced criticism in the media about her looks and talent. The album debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200, her highest chart position yet, and went platinum. Selena and the band toured the world, performing for thousands of screaming fans. Seeing kids sing along to her songs was a dream come true. But the grueling schedule of touring, filming, and promoting left her exhausted. While her music career took off, Selena didn't slow down with acting. Wizards of Waverly Place was still a massive hit, airing new episodes and winning fans with its mix of magic and humor. The show's success made Selena a star, but she wanted to show she could do more than play Alex Russo. In 2008, she starred in another Cinderella story, a modern retelling of the classic fairy tale. Selena played Mary Santiago, a high school girl who dreams of becoming a dancer. The movie, released straight to DVD, was a hit with fans, and Selena loved getting to dance on screen, a passion she'd had since childhood. She also sang songs for the soundtrack, blending her music and acting skills. In 2009, Selena teamed up with her friend Demi Lovato for Princess Protection Program, another Disney Channel movie. The two played best friends caught in a royal adventure, and their real-life chemistry made the film a fan favorite. It drew over 8.5 million viewers on its premiere night. One of Disney's biggest TV movie audiences. Selena enjoyed working with Demi, and their friendship was a bright spot during the busy years. However, the constant attention from fans and the media started to feel overwhelming. Selena was still a teenager, and the pressure to be perfect was intense. In 2010, Selena took a big step into movies with Ramona and Beezus. Based on the popular children's books by Beverly Cleary, she played Beezus Quimby, the older sister of the mischievous Ramona, in a family-friendly comedy. The movie was her first major theatrical release, and she loved working with co-stars like Joey King and John Corbett. Critics praised her natural performance, and the film earned over $27 million at the box office. Selena felt proud to be part of a story that families could enjoy together. And it showed she could carry a movie outside the Disney bubble. The next year, Selena took on a more grown-up role in Monte Carlo, 2011. A romantic comedy where she played Grace, a Texas teen who gets mistaken for a wealthy heiress while on a trip to Paris. The movie let Selena show off her comedic skills and charm, and she loved filming in Europe with co-stars Leighton Meester and Katie Cassidy. Monte Carlo didn't break box office records, but it was another step toward proving Selena could handle bigger roles. She also voiced Mavis, the teenage vampire daughter of Dracula, in the animated Hotel Transylvania, 2012. The movie was a huge hit, grossing over $350 million worldwide, and Selena's voice work brought a playful, relatable energy to the character. She returned to the role in 3 more sequels, making Mavis one of her most beloved characters. Perhaps her boldest move came in 2012 with Spring Breakers, a gritty crime drama directed by Harmony Korine. Selena played Faith, a college student caught up in a dangerous world of parties and crime alongside co-stars James Franco, Vanessa Hudgens, and Ashley Benson. The movie was a huge departure from her Disney image, with mature themes and a dark edge. Selena knew it was a risk, but she wanted to challenge herself and show she could handle complex roles. She worked hard to prepare, studying the script and talking with Korine about Faith's struggles with faith and morality. The film premiered at the Venice Film Festival in 2012 and got attention for its bold style. While some fans were shocked, critics praised Selena's performance, saying she brought heart to a chaotic story. Spring Breakers marked a turning point, showing the world that Selena was ready to grow beyond her teen star roots. By 2013, Selena was ready to take her music career to the next level. She decided to step away from Selena Gomez and the scene and go solo. A big move that felt both exciting and scary. Her first solo album, Stars Dance, came out in July 2013. The album was a shift toward electronic dance music and pop, with a more mature sound than her band's work. The lead single, Come and Get It, was a game-changer, inspired by Bollywood sounds and produced by Stargate. The song became her first top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100. Peaking at number 6, Selena loved the song's vibe and felt it showed her growth as an artist. The music video, with its dreamy visuals and bold outfits, got millions of views online, and fans went wild for her new look. Stars Dance debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, selling 97,000 copies in its first week. Songs like Slow Down and Birthday kept the energy high. And Selena embarked on the Stars Dance Tour, performing in arenas across the US, Europe, and Asia. She worked with choreographers to create dazzling dance routines and poured her heart into every show. Performing for thousands of fans was thrilling, but the tour was exhausting. Selena faced criticism from some who said her dancing or vocals weren't perfect, and the pressure to live up to expectations weighed on her. Still, she pushed through, determined to prove herself. As Selena's career soared, her personal life became a media obsession. In 2008, she briefly dated Nick Jonas of the Jonas Brothers, a fellow Disney star. The relationship was sweet but short-lived, and they stayed friends. In 2009, she dated Twilight star Taylor Lautner for a few months, but the distance between their filming schedules ended things. Then, in 2010, Selena began an on-and-off relationship with pop star Justin Bieber. Their romance, dubbed Yelena by fans, became a global phenomenon. The media followed their every move, from red carpet appearances to casual coffee runs. Fans loved seeing them together. But the constant scrutiny was hard. Paparazzi camped outside Selena's house, and tabloids printed rumors about breakups and drama. At 18, Selena was learning to navigate love in the public eye, which wasn't easy. Selena leaned on her family and friends for support. Her mom, Mandy, remained her biggest cheerleader, managing her career and keeping her grounded. She also stayed close to her Texas roots, visiting her dad and grandparents whenever she could. Her friendship with Taylor Swift, which started around 2008, became a lifeline. The two bonded over music and fame, and Taylor's advice helped Selena stay strong. Selena also found purpose in giving back. In 2009, at age 17, she became UNICEF's youngest Goodwill ambassador. She traveled to Ghana to meet kids and families, learning about their struggles with poverty and lack of education. The trip was eye-opening, and Selena came back determined to use her platform for good. She hosted charity events, like UNICEF's Snowflake Ball, and spoke out about children's rights, showing a maturity beyond her years. Being a teen star wasn't all glitz and glamour. Selena faced intense pressure to be a role model while figuring out who she was. Social media was growing, and fans could now comment directly on her photos and posts. While many sent love, others were harsh, criticizing her looks, voice, or choices. Selena tried to stay positive, but the negativity hurt. She also felt the weight of Disney's expectations to keep her image perfect. At the same time, she wanted to grow as an artist and explore more mature roles in music, which sometimes clashed with her kid-friendly reputation. Selena's schedule was relentless. Between filming Wizards, recording albums, touring, and doing press, she had little time to rest. She was still finishing high school through homeschooling, which added to the stress. In 2010, she graduated with her diploma, a moment she celebrated with her family. But the pace didn't slow down. By 2013, as she turned 21, Selena was starting to feel the toll. She loved her fans and her work, but the constant demands left her tired and sometimes anxious. There were moments when she doubted herself, wondering if she could keep up with the industry's expectations. Despite these challenges, Selena's passion kept her going. She loved connecting with fans, whether through a concert or a heartfelt tweet. She also drew strength from her faith, often turning to prayer or music to find peace. Her Mexican-American heritage remained a source of pride, and she dreamed of one day making music or movies that celebrated her roots. As Wizards of Waverly Place wrapped its final season in 2012, Selena felt ready for the next chapter. She'd built a foundation as a TV star, pop singer, and movie actress, but she knew bigger challenges and opportunities lay ahead. This period was a whirlwind of growth for Selena. From 2008 to 2013, she went from a Disney darling to a global star. With hit songs, major movies, and a growing fanbase, she took risks, like starring in Spring Breakers and going solo with Stars Dance, showing she wasn't afraid to evolve. But fame came with a price: media scrutiny, a packed schedule, and the pressure to grow up fast. Through it all, Selena stayed true to her values, leaning on her family, friends, and fans to keep her grounded. As she stood on the edge of her 20s, Selena was ready to take on the world, not just as a star, but as an artist with something to say. By 2014, Selena Gomez was a global star, with hit songs, major movie roles, and millions of fans. At just 21, she had achieved more than most people dream of. But fame came with heavy challenges. The years from 2014 to 2020 were a turning point for Selena, marked by serious health struggles, mental health battles, and personal growth. During this time, she faced her toughest moments, including a life-changing lupus diagnosis and a public struggle with anxiety and depression. Yet, she also grew as an artist, producing some of her best music and taking on new roles in acting and producing. This period showed Selena's strength, as she turned her pain into purpose and emerged as a powerful voice for resilience and mental health advocacy. In 2014, Selena received news that changed her life. She was diagnosed with lupus, an autoimmune disease where the body attacks its own tissues, causing pain, fatigue, and sometimes organ damage. For Selena, the diagnosis explained the exhaustion, joint pain, and other symptoms she'd been feeling for a while. At first, she kept it private, trying to understand what it meant while juggling her busy career. Lupus is unpredictable, with flare-ups that can come and go. And Selena had to learn to manage it with medication and rest. The news was scary, especially for someone so young. But she was determined not to let it define her. The lupus took a serious turn in 2017, when Selena's kidneys began to fail. Doctors told her she needed a kidney transplant to survive. A frightening reality for the then 25-year-old. Her close friend, actress Francia Raisa, stepped up in an incredible act of love, offering to donate one of her kidneys. The transplant surgery happened in the summer of 2017, but it wasn't smooth sailing. Shortly after, Selena faced a rare complication when an artery flipped, requiring emergency surgery to fix it. She spent weeks in the hospital, with her mom, Mandy, and friends by her side. Selena later shared that the experience was terrifying but also humbling. She was grateful for Francia's selfless gift and for the medical team that saved her life. Selena was open about her lupus journey, posting on Instagram in September 2017 to share the news with her fans. She posted a photo of herself and Francia in hospital beds, holding hands, and wrote about how the transplant gave her a second chance. Her honesty touched millions, and fans flooded her with support. She also used her platform to raise awareness about lupus, partnering with the Lupus Research Alliance to fund studies for better treatments. Selena's courage in sharing her story inspired others with chronic illnesses, showing them they weren't alone. Alongside her physical health struggles, Selena faced mental health challenges that tested her strength. She had always dealt with anxiety, especially as a teen star under constant scrutiny. The pressure to be perfect singer, perfect actress, perfect role model was overwhelming. Social media made it worse, with fans and critics alike commenting on her appearance, relationships, and choices. By 2014, Selena was starting to feel the weight of it all. She canceled part of her Stars Dance tour in 2013, citing personal reasons. And in January 2014, she quietly checked into a rehab facility in Arizona for 2 weeks to focus on her mental health. The media speculated wildly, but Selena later clarified she was dealing with emotional stress, not substance abuse. Her mental health struggles deepened over the years. In 2016, during her revival tour, Selena felt overwhelmed by anxiety and depression. She was performing for huge crowds, but inside, she felt lost. In August 2016, she canceled the rest of the tour to focus on her well-being, telling fans she needed to take care of herself. She entered a treatment facility in Tennessee for 3 months, where she worked with therapists to manage her anxiety and learn coping skills. Selena was open about needing help, a brave move in an industry that often hides such struggles. In 2020, Selena revealed a new layer to her mental health journey. She had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. The diagnosis came after years of mood swings and emotional challenges, and it helped her understand herself better. She sought treatment at a psychiatric hospital in 2018, where she received dialectical behavior therapy, DBT, a type of therapy that helps manage intense emotions. Selena shared her story in interviews, including a candid talk with Miley Cyrus on Instagram Live in 2020. She said learning about her bipolar disorder was freeing because it gave her tools to manage it. Like medication and therapy, her openness broke stigma, showing fans that mental health struggles are normal and seeking help is a sign of strength. Selena's advocacy grew from her experiences. In 2020, she launched the Rare Impact Fund, aiming to raise $100 million for mental health services for young people. She wanted to make therapy and support accessible, especially for those who couldn't afford it. She also co-founded Wondermind, a mental health platform, in 2022 with her mom and friend Daniela Pearson. Wondermind offers resources like podcasts and articles to help people navigate mental health challenges. Selena's work in this area wasn't just talk, she was determined to make a difference. And her fans saw her as a beacon of hope. Even as she faced health struggles, Selena's career kept soaring. In 2015, she released her second solo album, Revival, which marked a new chapter in her music. The album was bold and personal, with a mature pop sound that reflected her growth. Songs like Good For You, featuring A$AP Rocky, Same Old Love, and Hands to Myself became huge hits, with Good For You reaching number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. Revival debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. selling 117,000 copies in its first week. Selena co-wrote many of the songs, pouring her emotions into lyrics about love, heartbreak, and self-discovery. The album's sleek production and confident vibe showed she was no longer just a Disney star, she was a serious artist. The revival tour in 2016 was a massive undertaking, with Selena performing across North America, Asia, and Europe. She worked with choreographers to create stunning dance routines and designed stage outfits that reflected her bold new style. Fans loved seeing her confidence on stage, but behind the scenes, the tour was tough. Her lupus flare-ups and anxiety made it hard to keep up the pace. When she canceled the tour to focus on her health, fans supported her, sending messages of love online. Selena was touched by their understanding, which motivated her to keep creating. In acting, Selena took on diverse roles. In 2016, she starred in The Fundamentals of Caregiving, a Netflix drama where she played Dot, a hitchhiker with a sharp wit. The movie, co-starring Paul Rudd, showed her ability to handle emotional roles. She also lent her voice to Mavis in Hotel Transylvania 2, 2015, and Hotel Transylvania 3, 2018, keeping her connection with younger fans. But her biggest impact came as a producer. In 2017, she executive produced the Netflix series 13 Reasons Why, based on the novel about a teen's suicide and its aftermath. The show tackled heavy topics like bullying and mental health, sparking conversations worldwide. Selena was passionate about the project, believing it could help teens feel seen. While some criticized the show's graphic content, it was a hit, running for 4 seasons and cementing Selena's role as a producer. In 2019, Selena produced Living Undocumented, a Netflix documentary series about immigrants facing deportation in the U.S. The project was personal for Selena, whose Mexican-American heritage made her care deeply about immigration issues. She met with families featured in the series, listening to their stories and advocating for fair policies. The documentary was praised for its honesty and humanity, showing Selena's growing interest in using her platform for social good. Selena's personal life continued to draw attention, especially her on and off relationship with Justin Bieber. By 2014, their romance was rocky, with breakups and reconciliations making headlines. The media frenzy was relentless, with paparazzi following them and tabloids speculating about every fight or kiss. Selena tried to keep things private, but it was impossible. In 2017, she briefly dated The Weeknd, a Canadian singer whose real name is Abel Tesfaye. They attended events like Coachella together, and Selena appeared in his music video for I Feel It Coming. The relationship ended after 10 months, but they parted as friends. Selena leaned on her family and friends for support. Her mom, Mandy, remained her rock, helping her navigate fame and health challenges. Her friendships with Taylor Swift, Demi Lovato, despite occasional tensions, and others gave her a sense of normalcy. She also stayed connected to her Texas roots, visiting her dad and grandparents when she could. In 2017, after her transplant, Selena moved back to Los Angeles from New York, where she'd been living to escape the Hollywood spotlight. She bought a cozy house in Studio City, craving a quieter life. Her faith remained a source of comfort. She attended Hillsong Church and often spoke about how prayer helped her through tough times. Selena's relationship with her fans was also a lifeline. She called them her Selenators and loved interacting with them on social media. When she shared her lupus and mental health struggles, fans responded with love, sharing their own stories. This connection inspired Selena to keep going, knowing her honesty was helping others. She also continued her work with UNICEF, traveling to places like Nepal in 2014 to support education and health programs for kids. Her philanthropy showed her heart, even as she faced her own battles. The years from 2014 to 2020 were a rollercoaster for Selena. Her lupus diagnosis and kidney transplant tested her physically, while her anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder challenged her mentally. Yet, she refused to let these struggles define her. She sought treatment, spoke openly about her journey, and used her experiences to fuel her art and advocacy. Her music, like Revival, was raw and honest, reflecting her growth. Her work as a producer on 13 Reasons Why and Living Undocumented showed her commitment to telling meaningful stories. Selena also grew as a person. She learned to set boundaries with the media, focusing on what mattered: her health, her family, and her passion for creating. Her Mexican-American heritage remained a source of pride, and she started thinking about ways to honor it in her work, like singing in Spanish or telling Latinx stories. By 2020, as she turned 28, Selena was stronger than ever. She had faced life-threatening health issues, public scrutiny, and personal doubts, but she came out on the other side with a renewed sense of purpose. This period was about more than surviving, it was about thriving. Selena's resilience inspired millions, from fans dealing with their own struggles to young artists looking up to her. She showed that it's okay to ask for help, to take breaks, and to be honest about your pain. As she moved into the next phase of her life, Selena was ready to take her career and advocacy to new heights, proving that even in the darkest moments, she could shine. By 2020, Selena Gomez had already proven herself as a talented singer and actress, overcoming personal and health challenges to become a role model for millions. But the years from 2020 to 2025 marked a new chapter, where she expanded her influence beyond entertainment into business, philanthropy, and advocacy. At age 28, Selena launched a billion-dollar makeup brand, released chart-topping music, starred in a hit TV show, and used her massive social media platform to speak out on issues like mental health and equality. This period showed Selena at her most powerful, blending her creative talents with a sharp business mind and a heart for making the world better. Her journey from a Disney star to a global icon was complete. But she was just getting started. In September 2020, Selena launched Rare Beauty, a cosmetics company that became one of her proudest achievements. The idea came from her desire to create makeup that was fun, inclusive, and tied to a bigger purpose. Selena had always loved makeup, experimenting with bold looks for red carpets and music videos. But she also knew how the beauty industry could make people feel insecure, especially young women facing pressure to look perfect. She wanted Rare Beauty to be different, a brand that celebrated individuality and supported mental health. Selena worked closely with a team to develop products like liquid blush, lip oils, and foundations that worked for all skin tones and types. She was hands-on, testing every product herself and insisting on affordable prices, with most items under $30. The brand's name came from her 2020 album Rare, reflecting her belief that everyone is unique and rare in their own way. Rare Beauty launched at Sephora stores across North America, and fans lined up to buy products like the Soft Pinch Liquid Blush, which became a viral hit on TikTok. By 2024, Rare Beauty was valued at $2 billion, making it one of the fastest-growing celebrity beauty brands, alongside names like Rihanna's Fenty Beauty. What set Rare Beauty apart was its mission. Selena pledged that 1% of every sale would go to the Rare Impact Fund, a nonprofit she founded in 2020 to raise $100 million for mental health services for young people. The fund partnered with organizations to provide free or low-cost therapy, especially in underserved communities. Selena was open about her own mental health struggles, and she wanted to make it easier for others to get help. She hosted events like the Rare Beauty Mental Fitness Summit, where experts and celebrities discussed ways to support mental wellness. Fans loved the brand's message, and by 2025, Rare Beauty had donated millions to mental health causes, earning praise from activists and customers alike. Selena's success with Rare Beauty made her one of the youngest self-made billionaires in the US by 2024. Forbes estimated her net worth at $1.3 billion, largely thanks to her stake in the company. She also invested in other businesses, like the ice cream brand Serendipity, where she created her own flavor, Cookies and Cream Remix. Selena signed major endorsement deals with brands like Puma, Coach, and Pantene, appearing in stylish ad campaigns that showed off her fashion sense. Her business moves were smart and strategic, proving she was more than a celebrity. She was a savvy entrepreneur who knew how to connect with fans and build a lasting brand. Selena's influence wasn't just in stores, it was online, where she became one of the most followed people in the world. By 2025, she had over 400 million Instagram followers, making her the third most followed person on the platform, behind only Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Her posts, whether about Rare Beauty, her music, or candid moments with friends, regularly got millions of likes. In 2022, she was named the top positive influencer on social media by a study from the University of Southern California. Thanks to her uplifting messages and focus on mental health, Selena used her platform to speak out on issues that mattered to her. In 2020, during the Black Lives Matter protests, she shared resources about racial justice and handed her Instagram account to Black activists and scholars, like Alicia Garza and Ibram X. Kendi, to amplify their voices. She also encouraged her fans to vote in the U.S. presidential election, posting about the importance of civic duty. That same year, she called out tech leaders like Mark Zuckerberg for allowing hate speech and misinformation on platforms like Facebook, showing she wasn't afraid to take a stand. Her posts were thoughtful and direct, earning respect from fans and activists. But social media wasn't always easy. Selena faced her share of online hate, with trolls commenting on her appearance or personal life. In interviews, she admitted that negative comments could hurt, especially during tough times. To cope, she sometimes took breaks from social media, letting her team manage her accounts. She also set boundaries, focusing on sharing positive content and ignoring the noise. Her authenticity, posting makeup-free selfies or funny videos with friends, made her relatable, and fans felt like they knew the real Selena. Selena's music career continued to shine during this period. In January 2020, she released her third solo album, Rare, which felt like her most personal project yet. The album was a mix of pop, R&B, and dance tracks, with lyrics about love, loss, and self-discovery. The lead single, Lose You to Love Me, was a heartfelt ballad about healing after heartbreak. Inspired by her past relationship with Justin Bieber, the song hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, her first chart-topping single, and fans connected with its raw emotion. Another single, Look at Her Now, showed her strength and confidence, becoming a fan favorite. Rare debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling 112,000 copies in its first week. And critics praised Selena's vulnerability and growth as an artist. In 2021, Selena took a bold step with Revelación, her first Spanish-language EP. The project was a love letter to her Mexican-American heritage, something she'd always wanted to celebrate. Growing up, Selena spoke some Spanish with her dad's family, but she wasn't fluent. To prepare, she took Spanish lessons and worked with producers like Tiny to create a Latin pop sound. Songs like De Una Vez and Baila Conmigo, featuring Rauw Alejandro, blended reggaeton and pop, earning rave reviews. The EP debuted at #22 on the Billboard 200 and earned a Grammy nomination for Best Latin Pop Album in 2022. A proud moment for Selena. She called Revelación a way to honor her roots and connect with Latinx fans. And she loved seeing her music played at family parties and quinceañeras. Selena also collaborated with other artists, showing her versatility. In 2020, she featured on Ice Cream with Blackpink, a fun pop track that became a summer hit. In 2021, she joined DJ Snake and Ozuna for Selfish Love, another Latin-inspired song. These collaborations introduced her to new audiences and kept her music fresh. By 2025, Selena was working on new music, teasing fans with hints of a fourth solo album. Her ability to evolve her sound while staying true to herself made her a standout in the pop world. Selena's acting career reached new heights with Only Murders in the Building, a Hulu comedy mystery series that premiered in 2021. She starred as Mabel Mora, a young woman solving murders in her New York apartment building alongside comedy legends Steve Martin and Martin Short. Selena was nervous about working with such big names, but her natural charm and sharp timing made her a perfect fit. The show was a massive hit, earning critical acclaim and millions of viewers. Selena's performance won her a Screen Actors Guild Award in 2022 as part of the ensemble cast, and she was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Comedy Series. By 2025, the show was in its 5th season, and Selena's role as Mabel made her a TV star all over again. She also kept producing. After the success of 13 Reasons Why, Selena executive produced This Is the Year, 2020, a coming-of-age comedy, and continued her work on Only Murders in the Building as a producer. Her producing role gave her creative control, letting her shape stories that mattered to her. In 2020, she launched Selena Plus Chef, a cooking show on HBO Max, later Max, where she learned recipes from famous chefs via video calls during the COVID-19 pandemic. The show was light-hearted and fun, showing Selena's relatable side as she burned pancakes or laughed at her kitchen mishaps. It ran for 4 seasons, ending in 2023, and raised money for charities like Feeding America. Fans loved seeing her in a new light, and the show proved she could connect with audiences in any format. Selena's influence went far beyond entertainment and business. Her advocacy for mental health, racial equality, and Latinx representation grew stronger. Through the Rare Impact Fund and Wondermind, she worked to make mental health resources accessible, hosting events and partnering with organizations like the National Alliance on Mental Illness. In 2022, she visited the White House to speak at a mental health summit, sharing her story with policymakers and pushing for better funding for youth programs. Her openness about her bipolar disorder, anxiety, and depression inspired fans to seek help and talk about their own struggles. Selena also used her platform to support Latinx communities. Her work on Revelación and Living Undocumented showed her commitment to telling Latinx stories. She spoke out about the need for more Latinx representation in Hollywood, where only a small percentage of roles go to Hispanic actors. In interviews, she shared her pride in her Mexican-American heritage, from her love of Tejano music to family traditions like making tamales with her grandma. She dreamed of producing projects that showcased Latinx talent, and by 2025, she was in talks to develop a film about her idol, Selena Quintanilla. Her philanthropy remained a core part of her life. As a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, Selena continued to support children's rights, raising funds for education and health programs. She also donated to causes like COVID-19 relief and disaster recovery, often quietly giving millions through her foundation. Her fans, the Selenators, joined her efforts, organizing charity drives and spreading her messages of kindness and inclusion. Selena's personal life saw new milestones during this time. In 2023, she confirmed her relationship with music producer Benny Blanco, known for hits with artists like Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber. The couple kept things low-key at first, but Selena shared sweet moments on Instagram, like photos of them cooking together. In December 2024, Selena announced their engagement, posting a picture of her ring with the caption, "Forever starts now." Fans were thrilled, and Selena seemed happier than ever, calling Benny her best friend and creative partner. Despite her busy career, Selena worked to find balance. She moved to New York City in 2021, craving a change from Los Angeles' Hollywood scene. She loved the city's energy. From grabbing bagels at local delis to walking in Central Park, her faith remained a source of strength. She attended church when she could and often spoke about finding peace through prayer. Her family, especially her mom and grandparents, kept her grounded, and she made time to visit Texas, where she felt like her true self. Selena also learned to set boundaries with fame. She limited her time on social media, focusing on real-life connections. She surrounded herself with close friends like Taylor Swift, who threw her a star-studded 30th birthday party in 2022, and new friends from Only Murders, like Cara Delevingne. Her Selenators remained her biggest supporters, and she thanked them often, saying they gave her the courage to keep going. By 2025, Selena Gomez was more than a pop star or actress, she was a global icon. Her success with Rare Beauty made her a billionaire. Her music topped charts, and her TV work earned awards. But what made her stand out was her heart. She used her platform to advocate for mental health, equality, and Latinx representation, inspiring millions to embrace their own journeys. Her Mexican-American heritage shaped her work, from Revelación to her push for diverse stories in Hollywood. At 32, Selena was at the peak of her influence, balancing creativity, business, and advocacy with grace and resilience. This period showed her not just as a star, but as a leader who changed the world one song, one product, and one kind act at a time. By 2025, Selena Gomez had become more than a celebrity. She was a global force whose influence reached far beyond music and acting. At 32 years old, she had built an empire with hit songs, award-winning TV shows, a billion-dollar beauty brand, and a powerful voice for mental health and equality. Her journey from a small-town girl in Grand Prairie, Texas, to one of the world's most recognized names is a story of talent, resilience, and heart. Selena's legacy is defined not just by her achievements but by the way she used her platform to lift others up. As she looks to the future, Selena continues to inspire fans with her creativity, kindness, and determination to make a difference. This final chapter reflects on her impact and what lies ahead for a star who has already changed the world. Selena Gomez's legacy is rooted in her ability to connect with people. From her early days as Alex Russo on Wizards of Waverly Place to her role as Mabel Mora in Only Murders in the Building, she brought characters to life that fans of all ages loved. Her music, with hits like Lose You to Love Me and Baila Conmigo, spoke to universal emotions, love, heartbreak, and self-discovery. By 2025, Selena had sold over 7 million albums and 22 million singles worldwide, with multiple #1 hits on the Billboard charts. Her 2020 album Rare and 2021 Spanish-language EP Revelación showed her versatility, blending pop, R&B, and Latin sounds while honoring her Mexican-American heritage. Selena's cultural impact goes beyond numbers. As a third-generation Mexican-American, she became a role model for Latinx youth, who saw her embrace her heritage with pride. Her work on Revelación was a milestone, earning a Grammy nomination and bringing Latin pop to mainstream audiences. She spoke openly about her roots, sharing stories of family traditions like making tamales with her grandma or listening to Tejano music with her dad. In a 2021 interview with Vogue, she said, "I want to tell stories that reflect where I come from. Being Mexican American is a big part of who I am." Her push for more Latinx representation in Hollywood inspired young actors and filmmakers, and she mentored rising Latinx talent through her production work. Her influence as a mental health advocate is one of her greatest legacies. Selena's openness about her struggles with anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder changed the conversation around mental health. By sharing her story, she made it okay for fans to talk about their own challenges. The Rare Impact Fund, launched in 2020, had raised millions by 2025, funding therapy and mental health programs for young people in the US and beyond. Her platform Wondermind, co-founded with her mom, Mandy Teefey, and Daniela Pearson, offered practical tools like podcasts and workshops, reaching millions online. Selena's visit to the White House in 2022 to advocate for youth mental health programs showed her commitment to systemic change, earning her praise from leaders like First Lady Jill Biden. Selena's philanthropy extended to other causes. As UNICEF's youngest Goodwill ambassador, a role she took on in 2009, she traveled to countries like Ghana, Nepal, and Chile, raising awareness about children's education and health. She donated millions to causes like lupus research, COVID-19 relief, and disaster recovery. Often quietly, her fans, known as Selenators, joined her efforts, organizing charity drives and spreading her messages of kindness. In 2023, she hosted a UNICEF gala that raised over $2 million for children's programs, showing her ability to rally others for good. Selena's success as a businesswoman is a key part of her legacy. Rare Beauty, her cosmetics company launched in 2020, became a global phenomenon, valued at $2 billion by 2024. The brand's inclusive products and mental health mission resonated with consumers, making it a rival to top beauty brands. Selena's hands-on approach, testing products, meeting with fans at Sephora launches, and sharing the brand's story, made Rare Beauty feel personal. Her billion-dollar net worth, estimated at $1.3 billion by Forbes in 2024, made her one of the youngest self-made billionaires, a title she wore with humility. "I'm grateful, but it's not about the money," she told the New York Times in 2024. "It's about creating something that helps people." Her business ventures didn't stop at Rare Beauty. Selena invested in Serendipity, an ice cream brand, and created a popular flavor inspired by her love of cookies and cream. She signed lucrative deals with Puma, Coach, and Pantene, appearing in campaigns that blended her down-to-earth charm with high fashion. Her social media presence, with over 400 million Instagram followers, amplified her business success. Brands paid millions for her endorsements, knowing a single post could reach a global audience. Yet Selena stayed selective, only partnering with companies that aligned with her values. Like sustainability and inclusivity, Selena's contributions to entertainment remain central to her legacy. Her music career, spanning over a decade by 2025, showed her growth from a teen pop star to a mature artist. Rare, 2020, and Revelación, 2021, were career-defining projects, earning critical acclaim and connecting with fans on a deep level. Her collaborations with artists like Blackpink, DJ Snake, and Rauw Alejandro kept her music fresh and global. In 2025, Selena teased a new album, hinting at a mix of pop and Latin influences. Fans were excited, knowing her music always came from the heart. In acting, Only Murders in the Building solidified Selena's place as a versatile performer. The show's success, with 5 seasons by 2025 and multiple award nominations, proved she could hold her own alongside comedy legends like Steve Martin and Martin Short. Her role as Mabel Mora earned her a Screen Actors Guild Award and a Golden Globe nomination, marking her transition from Disney star to respected actress. She also continued voicing Mavis in the Hotel Transylvania series, delighting younger fans, and took on smaller roles, like a cameo in Emilia Perez, 2024, a musical drama that won awards at Cannes. As a producer, Selena shaped stories that mattered. Her work on 13 Reasons Why, 2017 to 2020, sparked conversations about mental health and bullying. While Living Undocumented, 2019, shed light on immigration issues. By 2025, she was developing new projects through her production company, July Moon Productions, including a rumored biographical film about mountaineer Sylvia Vázquez Lovato. Selena's producing work showed her commitment to telling diverse, meaningful stories, especially those tied to her Latinx heritage. Selena's personal journey is a big part of her legacy. Her openness about her lupus diagnosis, kidney transplant, and mental health struggles inspired fans to face their own challenges with courage. She showed that it's okay to take breaks, seek therapy, and prioritize self-care. Her faith, rooted in her Christian upbringing, remained a guiding force. She attended church when she could, often Hillsong, and spoke about finding peace through prayer. Her Mexican-American heritage shaped her identity. From her music to her advocacy for Latinx representation, her relationships also defined this period. In December 2024, Selena announced her engagement to music producer Benny Blanco, a moment that thrilled fans. The couple, who started dating in 2023, shared a creative and supportive bond, often collaborating on music and cooking together at home. Selena called Benny her best friend in interviews, and their engagement marked a new chapter of stability and joy. Her family, her mom, Mandy, her dad, Ricardo, and her grandparents, remained her anchor. She stayed close to friends like Taylor Swift, who threw her a memorable 30th birthday party in 2022, and her Only Murders co-stars, who became like family. Selena's connection with her fans, the Selenators, was a cornerstone of her legacy. She interacted with them through social media, concerts, and rare beauty events, always thanking them for their support. "You guys have been with me through everything," she told a crowd at a 2023 fan event. "You're my heart." Her authenticity, whether sharing a makeup-free selfie or talking about her struggles, made fans feel like they knew her personally. As of 2025, Selena's future is bright and full of possibilities. At 32, she's at the peak of her career, with new music in the works and acting projects lined up. The biographical film about Sylvia Vázquez Lovato, set to start filming in 2026, will see Selena take on a dramatic role as a Peruvian mountaineer who overcame trauma to climb the world's highest peaks. Fans are eager to see her bring the same depth to this role as she did to Mabel Mora. She's also hinted at producing a project about Selena Quintanilla, her namesake, which would be a dream come true and a way to honor her Tejano roots. In music, Selena is working on her 4th solo album, teasing a blend of pop, Latin, and R&B sounds. "I want to keep evolving," she told Billboard in 2025. "Music is where I can be honest and free." She's also exploring more Spanish-language projects, inspired by the success of Revelación. Her fans, especially in Latin America, are excited for what's next, knowing she'll bring her heritage to the forefront. Rare Beauty continues to grow, with plans to expand into new markets like Asia and Europe. Selena aims to make the brand even more inclusive, developing products for underrepresented skin tones and types. The Rare Impact Fund is on track to reach its $100 million goal, with Selena hosting more summits and partnering with global organizations to fund mental health programs. She's also expanding Wondermind, with new content like a mental health app planned for 2026. On a personal level, Selena is looking forward to her life with Benny Blanco. The couple is planning a wedding for 2026, and Selena has hinted at wanting a family someday. Though she's in no rush, she's also focused on staying healthy, managing her lupus with regular checkups and a balanced lifestyle. Living in New York City, she enjoys the small things: walks with her dog, coffee dates with friends, and quiet nights at home. Her Texas roots keep her grounded, and she visits Grand Prairie often, where she's still just to her family. Selena Gomez's legacy is one of resilience, talent, and kindness. She overcame a life-threatening illness, mental health struggles, and the pressures of fame to build a career that spans music, acting, and business. Her work with Rare Beauty, the Rare Impact Fund, and UNICEF has changed lives, from funding therapy for teens to helping kids in need around the world. Her push for Latinx representation has opened doors for others, and her honesty about her struggles has inspired millions to embrace their own journeys. At 32, Selena is a role model who proves you can chase big dreams while staying true to yourself. Her story resonates with fans of all ages: kids who grew up watching Wizards, teens who sang along to Rare, and adults who admire her strength. She's often called one of the most influential women in pop culture, with outlets like Time and Forbes naming her to their lists of powerful leaders. Yet Selena remains humble, always crediting her family, friends, and fans for her success. As she moves forward, Selena's vision is clear: keep creating, keep giving, and keep inspiring. Whether through a new album, a hit TV show, or a mental health initiative, she's determined to leave the world better than she found it. Her journey from a small-town Texas girl to a global icon shows that with hard work, courage, and heart, anything is possible. Selena Gomez's legacy is still being written, but one thing is certain: her light will shine for years to come.